What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Best Life TV. And today I'm going to be showing y'all when I fish a spinner bait, my favorite way, how, and what I do to modify it, and when I use it, and all that kind of stuff. So, my favorite color spinner bait is a white one with, a white one with silver blades and both of them willow leaf. That's my favorite color. So, yep, and then I always have that trailer hook on there. And so when I like to use a spinner bait, is when the fish just seem to be eating other fish a lot. Like right now, the bass seem to be going crazy over shad, and so I'm throwing a white one, which is my favorite one. And so I'm throwing that, and that seems to be catching a lot of bigger fish, like up in the 4-pound range and up fish, other than me throwing a Texas rig and throwing the smaller 1 to 2 pound fish. So anytime the minnows are going crazy and the bass are chasing them, and anytime when I come up on a school of shad, I like to throw a spinner bait in there. And you have to remember, when you're in a school of shad, you're competing with like hundreds of other fish that the bass are going after. So you have to make your spinner bait look injured or anything like that. So when I'm in a school of shad, I like to pop my rod more often, where if I'm just casting along the bank, I'll reel it, then I'll just go pop, reel, pop, reel, pop. But if I'm in a shad school, I'll go reel, pop, pop, reel, pop, pop, then just let it sink, then bring it back up and go pop, pop, then reel it back in. So that's what I'll do, and that seems to attract the fish more because it looks like a way easier meal than chasing all the other hundreds of fish out there. Then another thing to make the spinner bait have more action is I'll take a pair of scissors and I'll cut the skirt at different lengths. Like I might cut this skirt right there, and then I might cut this one right here, then I might cut that right there, then maybe that there, maybe that right there, maybe have a real short one there, then just cut it at all different lengths, and it'll work. It'll kinda, I wish I had like some underwater video to show y'all, but if you're ever in like kinda clear water, which is not when you want to use a spinner bait, don't use it in super clear water, or else you really won't catch anything. So it'll kinda without popping it, it'll kinda just go like that, versus if you don't cut it, it'll just go like that, really. So that's why I do that. And so let's go through the colors and when you should use that color and when you shouldn't. So I like using a white one in all colors, unless it's like really muddy water where the visibility is like an inch. So like a white one works in all watercolor, for me at least. So that's why I like the white one the most, because you don't have to worry about. Now I will have Colorado blades on it if the water is muddy, because they'll put off more of a thump, and these, since they're not as wide, don't put off as big as a thump. So I will do that with the white one if it's just a little bit more muddy, but I'll still keep the skirt white and the blade silver. And then if it gets more muddy, I might throw a white and chartreuse on it, with maybe a willow, with the blades of willow leaf and a Colorado, like a mix. And then if the water's like super muddy, I'll just have like white and chartreuse skirt and only Colorado blades in gold, maybe a small one silver and the big one gold, because it seems they can see gold better in muddy water. So that's when I use that. Then I like having a 2 to 3/0 trailer hook, not that big. And it's important to have that because last night I caught a small one, and I barely had it on the trailer hook, so that helps. I still got it in, especially if there's a lot of small fish in your pond. You want to have a trailer hook to keep them on. And sometimes I've had big fish on the big hook and they'll shake off the big hook and then get caught on the trailer hook, so that'll help keep them on. Then always after I catch a fish, this part right here that the blades are on will get bent out, so you always want to bend it back. Then you want to look, let's see if I can get this here. Okay, you want to look to make sure this thing is aligned with the hook. So let's see if y'all can see that. Hold on. Let me fix this here. Let's see. Alright. Y'all see how that's aligned with the hook right there? That's what you want right there. So, and that helps it swim straight and stuff. And so that's basically it. And with the white one, I most of the time don't get just a white one like this, even though this one has some silver. I would say this one's just like white. I like having a like red streak down the bottom right here, which you can add that with JJ's. I do that all the time. I just like take like that, I just dip that down in there and then pull it out, and that adds a little scent to it, even though you don't really need scent on a reaction bait, and it just adds more color and flair, which I think is what I'll do with this. So that's basically it. Now let me go over the rod and reel, stuff like that. Okay, so the rod, most people will probably say use like a 7-foot rod, medium heavy, or a medium. Well, I like throwing it on a 6'6" medium heavy, because when you're popping it like downward like that, which you can't really do in a kayak. In a kayak I'll pop it up or just stop it. But if you pop it down, you can't have a long rod to pop it down. You have to have a shorter rod. Kind of like when you're spook fishing, it's good to have a shorter rod. So I like having a shorter rod, and I like having a medium heavy just because I like the medium heavy. Then the reel that I like is a 6:3:1 gear ratio. And I don't like having anything too fast, but I don't want it too slow. Because sometimes I like to reel them fast and then just stop them. Stuff like that. And so I guess now I'm going to go more in depth in the retrievals that I do. Which you can kind of make it your own. This is how I figured it out. But most of the time, like I said, I'll just reel, then pop, reel, pop, reel, pop. And then in shad schools, like I said, I pop it more. And then sometimes I'll just reel, then stop it and just let it go down. And then bring it up and reel, stop. Like that. And that seems to work good too. And sometimes I'll go slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. And that'll get them too. Any change you can make where it's just not all the same rhythm, you'll catch more. You'll catch some just reeling it in, but it won't be as many. So that's, I guess, it. If you have any questions on the spinnerbait, just comment below. I would not recommend buying expensive spinnerbaits because you tend to lose them a lot. Just what I think. And they all pretty much work the same. I don't care if it's a $7 spinnerbait or a $3 spinnerbait. They all kind of work the same. I think this one's like a $5 one. So yeah. So if you have any questions about spinnerbait fishing, just comment below, and like if you want to see more lure technique type videos, and be sure to subscribe and all that stuff.